Where are you from?
My name is Hikari Saiga. I'm studying at Waseda University, which is in Japan, but I was an exchange student last year in University of Washington, Seattle. I grew up in most of my life in Japan, Tokyo.
And you grew up as a Christian?
Both of my parents are Christian. I grew up in Christian family.
When did you accept Christ?
I accepted Christ when I was at 16.
Oh, cool. Sweet. I think those are all, right? Okay. So, and then you can just share your testimony, kind of what you shared in the room.
Sure.
Like, how did God meet you at the University of Washington?
Wait, how did God
Or like,
meet me?
how did you experience God at the University of Washington?
So I was really afraid of telling about my faith to my friends because in Japan it's kind of scary thing to be an ordinary, and being Christian, which is like 1% of population in Japan, and acting as Christian is really unusual, unordinary. It's really scary to talk about my Christianity, and if I talk, maybe I'll be a kind of strange person and I'll lose my relationship with my friends. So I didn't want to take a risk, and so I was really scared of talking about my Christianity in Japan. But I also pray that God use me as a tool. At the same time, I kept my faith privately. And so when I came to US, I involved in college ministry fellowship group in church, and which was at Tuesday night. And on Tuesday night, I was to go to the fellowship, and I was having dinner with other international student friends. And because I didn't want to talk about my faith, I talked to my family that I'm going back to my dorm and about to leave. And then my friend he was an exchange student from my home college. His name was Yu. He said he's going back to his dorm as well. So we walked along, and that was really awkward moment, and I really felt strange. And at the last moment, I have to turn back. I said that I'm going to church for college fellowship. And my friend Yu said, "Oh, that's so cool. I want to go there too." My reaction was, "What?" And I thought it was really awkward. And because that was not the reaction I expected and reaction I saw from other Japanese students. So we went to church college fellowship together, and actually he signed up for Bible study small group at the time. That was really surprising. And yeah, and I went to InterVarsIty's fall conference after that, a few weeks after that actually, and I learned that because although I felt that I'm a guest in the United States, I learned that because I'm at the center with Jesus, so I should reach out to the marginalized people. And for me, that was international students like me. So I was encouraged by that conference, and I text you on Sunday morning and asked that, "Do you want to come to Sunday service with me?" And then I put my phone in my backpack, and that phone was BlackBerry phone, which was with many buttons on it. And so I went to church, and thanks God that you came to Sunday service together. And I was really happy about that. But after the service, I realized that I got 20 replies on my phone. I was really surprised, and then I realized that my BlackBerry phone spot button were somehow pressed accidentally, I think. And this text, "Do you want to come to church with me today?" were spread to most of my contact list. I was really surprised, and some students actually accepted my invitation. They were kind of interested in Christianity, and they came to church the next week. However, I was really mad at Jesus. I felt like, what are you doing, God? Why you lose my faith? But from now, I think that was really amazing. Looking back, although I lost my faith, Jesus gave me new faith as Christian. And many of my friends know that I'm Christian, and then one girl who replied to the message, she is now seeking God, and she often texts me and asks about my faith, my Christianity, and about church. So that BlackBerry phone made me really mad at me, but actually it connected me and her, and that made really strong relationship between us, and safe relationship to talk about our faith. And also, God kept touching to him, and he continually come to church, and he was baptized last June. That was really happy moment for me, although that was not I expected, and I did not want to talk about my faith. God used me and to bring him to church and to him. So I still feel awkward to talk about my faith to my friends, and I still feel scared to share gospel to my friends. But I learned that if I pray to Jesus to use me, he'll use me anyway.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you a few more questions too. Wait, why did you come to Urbana?
So it's not a cool story, but I was involved in high school ministry when I was in Japan when I was high school student. And at that time, there were Urbana tour from that ministry. So some high school students from Japan came to Urbana, and they told me that it was really amazing, and it was really cool, and their faith grew a lot from Urbana. And I remember that, and so I knew about Urbana for like 5 years to 6 years, and then when I was in Seattle, I involved in InterVarsity pretty heavily, and our staff told me about Urbana, and I thought that, I knew that conference, and maybe it'll be amazing. And also at the same time, other Japanese ministry staff told me about their experience of Urbana. And because I got many information of Urbana, I thought, maybe God's calling me to Urbana. So I signed up at the time.
And you came all the way from Japan?
Yes, I flew all the way from Japan. Well, my luggage was lost on the first day, and I was really mad at God, and okay, yeah.
You're good.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. So I flew all the way from Japan and I lost my luggage on the first day and I was really mad at God and I could not concentrate on conference and I felt how weak my faith is because we worship God as like we have nothing on our hands, but my luggage problem was definitely on my hands and I could not rely on God about that. I was really worrying about my luggage and I thought my faith is really weak. But then my friends prayed for me and yeah, I could feel better a little by little. I felt that God is relieving me from the problem little by little. And then I started to think that maybe I can give up everything. But then my luggage came back, so I praised God and I was really happy about it.
How was the Urbana conference
Today,
challenged your faith?
well, it definitely challenged my faith because I realized that many times I pray and I praise God that I will give up everything. But then the luggage thingy told me that no, like I was not strong as that. And so through Urbana, it challenged me a lot to give up everything. And I still struggle, but I started to pray that God will change my faith to that I joyfully give up everything.
You should go like this to your hair.
What?
You should go like this to your hair.
Oh.
Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah, that looks good.
yeah.
Not so funny.
Okay. Yeah.
I was asked.
Oh, okay.
There's a little piece of hair sticking out.
Oh.
Everything will wrap it
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fine.
If you could tell somebody
Mhm.
why they should go, why they should attend. Oh no, actually I want to ask you how you've been encouraged at Urbana.
Because there is only 1% of population of Christian in Japan. I was really encouraged to worship God with 6,000 students all around the world and worshiping in not only in English but like Latino language and also from worship song from Yemen and gospel song which is brought by African American people. I felt really joyful. Although I cannot understand Spanish or other countries' language, I was really encouraged by those worship songs, and I felt that although I cannot understand the language, the heart of worshiping is same, and the joy is in our heart. So I was encouraged by like worshiping and worshiping with people all around the world. Yeah.
If somebody was thinking about going to Urbana,
Mm-hmm.
but they couldn't decide if they should go or not, what would you tell them in English and then in Japanese?
I definitely recommend to come to Urbana because although it's challenging, it encouraged me a lot, and I think it encouraged every single student here. And in Japanese, アーバナは絶対来た方がいいと思います。日本にクリスチャン全然いない中で他の世界中の6000人の生徒と共に賛美をすることは本当に 力づけられるし、また信仰的にチャレンジなところも多いけれども、本当に心から神様に捧げようっていう思いが湧き上がってくるので、ぜひ行ってみてください。
ありがとう。